Even if you take a high-dose iron supplement every morning to fight chronic fatigue, pale skin, and hair loss, your cells can still be suffocating from a lack of oxygen. Nutritionists and doctors constantly repeat that iron is the fuel for your energy. But that is not the whole truth. The most important thing you need is not just iron, but its biological key. And here is the shocking thing most adults don't know. Even if you swallow iron pills, without this catalyst, the mineral remains locked out. It cannot enter your bloodstream to create hemoglobin. Instead of giving you energy, it stays in your gut, feeding bad bacteria and causing severe constipation and bloating. Most people make the mistake of increasing their dosage, thinking it will fix their anemia, but ignoring the critical component needed for absorption. That is why in this video I will tell you about 2 forgotten sources of a nutrient that literally forces iron to enter your blood cells. I'll start with the most potent natural source. Then I'll reveal the absolute best activator, which acts like a magnet for this mineral. I will also tell you about 3 foods or habits you should never combine with iron if you want to finally defeat exhaustion and brain fog after age 35. Subscribe right away if you haven't already. Let's begin. Number 1 is beef liver. A serving of organic beef liver contains an impressive amount of hemi-iron, which is the form your body recognizes and absorbs instantly. This is significantly more effective than spinach or lentils. But here's what most people don't know. Liver is also rich in copper. These 2 minerals create a synergy because copper is the transport truck that moves iron from your storage organs to your blood. Without the copper-iron balance, the mineral just sits in your liver, doing nothing. However, there is a trap. Many people cook liver in cream or eat it with sour cream. This is a fatal error. Dairy products contain calcium, which acts like a brick wall, blocking iron absorption completely. A recent study showed that adding cheese or milk to an iron-rich meal reduces absorption by up to 60%. This culinary mistake keeps millions of people anemic. Incorporating it correctly is simple. Sauté the liver with onions for flavor, but skip the cream sauce. Serve it with fermented cabbage instead. The slight acidity will prime your stomach for maximum uptake. However, if you rely only on meat sources, you may still not get the maximum benefit if you don't add the next source, which works in perfect cooperation for your energy levels. Number 2 is acerola cherry or kiwi. While meat gives you iron, these fruits provide the ultimate activator, vitamin C. But we are not talking about synthetic ascorbic acid powder. We are talking about the whole food complex. Here is the science. Most iron in our diet is in a form that is very hard to absorb. Vitamin C acts as a chemical transformer, converting iron into a soluble form that passes easily through your intestinal wall. What's astounding is that a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adding just 60 milligrams of vitamin C to a meal increased iron absorption by almost 4 times. It turns a useless meal into a powerful energy booster. To start using this, simply eat 1 kiwi or a handful of berries immediately after your iron-rich meal. Here is the secret. When you combine hemi-iron from meat and vitamin C from fruit with the right B vitamins, you create a powerful blood-building trio. B vitamins build the red blood cell itself. Iron fills it with oxygen. Vitamin C opens the door. Without all 3 components, the system breaks down. However, consuming these nutrient-dense foods will be useless for your body if you combine them with the next 3 things. The last one is a habit almost everyone does every single morning. In fact, they can actively steal iron from your blood. After analyzing patient records and consulting with hematologists, I have identified the 3 most dangerous combinations that adults must avoid. Number 1 is antacids. These are the chewable tablets or pills you take for heartburn or acid reflux. You think you are soothing your stomach, but you are actually destroying your digestion of minerals. Iron requires a highly acidic environment to break down and be absorbed. Antacids neutralize your stomach acid, essentially turning off the digestion process for minerals. A clinical review showed that long-term use of acid blockers is directly linked to severe iron deficiency anemia, even in people who eat plenty of meat. I'll never forget treating Linda, a 40-year-old woman who couldn't understand why she was so tired, despite eating steak and taking supplements. She was popping antacids after every meal. 3 months after fixing her stomach acid naturally, her energy levels soared. If you have heartburn, address the root cause. Do not just suppress the acid. Number 2 is calcium supplements. Many women take calcium for bone health. But when you swallow a calcium pill at the same time as your iron supplement or iron-rich meal, you create a bottleneck. Calcium and iron compete for the exact same absorption channel in your gut. And calcium is a bully. It wins every time, leaving iron behind. Here's the hidden danger. You end up with weak blood and potentially calcified tissues. Studies show you need to separate these two minerals by at least 4 hours. I treated Sarah, who took a multivitamin containing both calcium and iron. She remained anemic for years until she switched to taking iron in the morning and calcium at night. Number 3 is coffee or tea with meals. If you think that's harmless, listen closely. The final habit that destroys your mineral balance is that cup of coffee or black tea you drink right after breakfast or lunch. These drinks are loaded with tannins and polyphenols. These compounds are healthy, but they have a dark side. They bind tightly to iron in your stomach, forming an insoluble complex that your body cannot use. You literally flush your energy away. A study found that a cup of coffee reduced iron absorption from a hamburger meal by 39%, and tea reduced it by 64%. I remember treating Michael, a business executive who washed down his iron pills with a double espresso. His levels flatlined. Once he started waiting 90 minutes after a meal to drink his coffee, his levels stabilized for the first time in years. Now that you know about these 3 dangerous combinations, I have a question for you. Do you drink coffee with your meals, or do you wait? Write in the comments. If you are serious about restoring your energy and oxygen levels, I've created a 7-day blood-building meal plan. You'll find the link in the description. But there's something even more exciting. Tomorrow, I will reveal a secret about a fermented vegetable juice that can heal your gut lining 5 times faster than bone broth. I can only share this information with my subscribers first. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Believe me, this secret will shock you. See you soon.